Hey YouTube, how's it going? So we're going to be doing a Tetra video today because one of my fans reached out via email and asked how he could get Tetra decoding working in Windows. So in this video, we're going to perform a complete workflow from installing RTL-SDR Blog V4 drivers all the way to actually hearing Tetra voice in one sitting, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. We're going to be emulating the setup in this video here, which is, yes, you read that correctly, we're using SDR Sharp. Now that's a polarizing software because there is a current war between people who are fans of SDR Sharp and people that like SDR++. I always use SDR Sharp because it's better. I know that statement's going to piss off a lot of people, but SDR Sharp is just better. Yusuf Tooley is the developer of SDR Sharp. He's also the AirSpy guy. His online handle on Twitter and various forums is Prog. He's a polarizing figure. Love him or hate him, he is an extremely intelligent and skilled DSP engineer. I'm sorry. So SDR Sharp is just the best software. And SDR Sharp has this cool plugin system where people can develop plugins to add functionality to SDR Sharp. So we're using SDR Sharp for this, guys. But before we can use SDR Sharp, we need to install our RTL-SDR Blog V4 drivers. So the RTL-SDR, it's not the best SDR on the block, but for its price point, it is out of control good. It's insane how good those things are. Fantastic SDR. Highly recommend people obtain one for their ham shack or their laboratory. So I'm going to download this file called release.zip. All the links will be in the comment description and the pinned comment. So I'm just going to download this file called release.zip. I'm just going to browse to my working directory. And once that's downloaded, guys, we can open up the zip file. Browse to your x86 folder. That's 32-bit, right? So in the SDR Sharp world, we never, ever use anything to do with 64-bit, okay? All the plugins are developed for 32-bit SDR Sharp, okay? Yeah, SDR Sharp world, 32-bit always, okay, guys? Get that into your heads because a lot of people make mistakes thinking, oh, cool, who uses 32-bit stuff anymore? Nobody, you know? But in the SDR world, we actually do. Well, SDR Sharp world, that is, sorry. We're going to paste that into our Tetra working directory. I'm going to delete that zip file now. We're going to download this application called Zadig. So you can scroll down here to the download link here. And just download that to my working directory. I'm going to double click it. And this is going to install the Win USB drivers for our Blog V4. So I'm going to press no on this. So I guess this tutorial will kind of double as a RTL SDR installation video too. How cool is that? We're covering everything in this video. So I'm going to go to the options menu. I'm going to go list all devices. And I'm going to untick ignore hubs or composite parent. So we need, in the drop down menu here, we need Blog V4 composite parent selected. Okay, guys? And we hit replace driver. And it will warn us saying we're about to replace a system driver, and then we just accept that prompt when it finally happens. So we just press yes. And this will take a little while, guys, so I'll speed the video up for you. Okay, so that finished successfully. So I'm going to hit close, and then I'm going to close Zadig, and we can delete this Zadig file now. We don't need that anymore. And yeah, if you just want to confirm if your Blog V4 installed correctly, you can just go down here to your safely remove hardware icon in the tray, and we can see here it says eject Blog V4. So that's outstanding. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to obtain SDR Sharp now. So you can see here there's many versions with different release dates and stuff like that back to 2016. I use 1777 for everything, guys. And the reason for that is because the newer versions of SDR Sharp are coded in different versions of Visual Studio, and they don't have the very nice and clean docked panels on the left-hand side, okay? So the newer versions of SDR Sharp have like these garbage floating panels that just absolutely litter your desktop. It sucks. So I always use 1777. So I'm going to extract the SDR Sharp folder into my working directory. I'm going to cut the RTL-SDR DLL file. I'm going to place it inside the SDR Sharp folder. And then I'm going to delete the SDR Sharp zip file. So that's that part done. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to obtain the Tetra Demodulator plugin itself. So we need to download a few files from here. We're going to download this file here called readme.txt. We're going to download SDR Sharp Tetra DLL. And then we're going to download Tetra Voice decode.dll. And if you're using a Chromium-based browser, there might be like this malware protection feature here where you might have to just accept, download unverified file because you're downloading a DLL. DLLs can be dangerous. But rest assured, this is not going to break your computer, guys. So now that we've downloaded those 3 files, we select the 2 DLL files from SDR Sharp, that we downloaded from this GitHub here. And we're going to place them inside the SDR Sharp directory. I'm going to browse back to my working directory here. I'm going to double click readme.txt. Now there's a line of data we need to copy from here, right? So this is called the magic line. So when you add plugins to SDR Sharp, we need to edit an XML file, and this is the line that we will edit the XML file. So you see these 2, I think these are called angled brackets. We need to highlight the entire text, including the 2 open and closed angle brackets. We copy that. And sorry about the black screen too, guys. I can't change the theme in Windows 10 at the moment due to not having a key. But anyway, I'm going to not double click XML because I don't have an XML editor. I'm going to right click and go to edit. And we can see here we've got like all these SDR Sharp plugins pre-installed with the stock standard SDR Sharp. So I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to do a line break. I'm going to do 2 spaces on the keyboard, and then I'm going to paste that right there. Make sure you get this formatting correct too, otherwise it just simply will not work. So I'm going to save the modified plugins.xml file. I'm going to hit exit on that. I'm going to hit exit on this as well. And then there's one more thing we need to install, and that is Visual Studio 2003 runtime. So on this page here, guys, you just scroll down to the unsupported legacy version that we need to grab Visual Studio 2013 x86, okay, 32-bit, guys. If you install 64-bit, it's not going to work for you. So now there might be an error while this isn't installing, but it still works. So I don't know what the error is. It did it just before when I did a dry run on this. There was some kind of error that came up. Oh no, cool, we got this set up successful. That's awesome. So I'll just close that. And then, for the sake of keeping our working directory tidy, I'm just going to delete those 2 files because we don't need them anymore. And we have SDR Sharp fully configured for tetra decoding. Okay, so in the SDR Sharp folder, locate the executable file. We double click. Okay, I'm just going to double check that I do have the RTL-SDR blog. Yeah, I just gave myself, well, I'm using a virtual machine for this, guys, because all my other Windows machines already have everything pre-installed, so I wanted to do a complete workflow. So welcome to SDR Sharp, guys. I'll just resize the window here and make it a bit more manageable for you guys. So anyone that's new to SDR Sharp, right, I'll walk you through what we need to do. So this is your source menu here. This has actually got the radio that we're going to be using. And I'm currently using my RTL-SDR Blog V4, so I'm going to select RTL-SDR USB. Let's go to, let's just configure the radio parameters first. So Tetra is an FM modulated mode, so we go to narrow FM. We need to change the bandwidth to 26,000, so that's 26,000 hertz. A Tetra signal occupies 25 kilohertz on the spectrum, so you always want a little bit of oversampling, so I'm selecting 26. When we decode digital modes, we always turn off the squelch. Untick this snap to grid too, because we might not be able to tune directly to the signal if we have that on. Just make sure you've got your audio device. Don't use MME for your audio abstraction. Use Windows Direct Sound. That's more modern. When we're doing decoding digital modes, guys, we always turn off audio filtering. And then finally down here, this is our actual Tetra Demodulator plugin here. And we're not going to worry about activating this yet because we need to tune a signal, guys. So I'm going to turn the volume down because that's probably going to blow your ears apart. I'm going to press start on this. And welcome to the RF spectrum, guys. This is just, you know, FM broadcast. So I don't want to tune to any of those signals in case there's a copyright strike coming my way. But the Tetra signals in my city where I live, and probably typical for Australia, exist around 464, 63, so 463 megahertz roughly, maybe 464, somewhere around there. And you can see here there's no signals, guys. That is because we have not configured RF gain. So RF gain is the sensitivity of the receiver. So these signals are quite far away from me. I'm using a directional antenna, and 42 works for me. But if you have strong Tetra sources, like they might be like next door to you or something like that, you'd probably only be wanting to run something around here in terms of RF gain. But I'm far away from the signal, so I increase the gain quite significantly. And we don't really need to touch any of these other settings here. So I'll close that menu. And we have Tetra, look at that. So there's actually more Tetra signals than that. If I keep scrolling, there's actually a few more over here, but they're weaker. But yeah, all the strong ones hover around this range here, 464.5 megahertz. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm just going to pick one of these strong ones here. So stronger signals, you'll get better decodes, guys. You know what I mean? That's always the case in radio. So, all right. You can hear, I just want to check that my audio levels are great, because I just want to show you. So that's not very loud. Maybe if I turn this up. You can hear, hopefully, that's that, hopefully it's not overpowering my voice, but that is the signature sound of Tetra. It's like this high-pitched buzzing noise, and that's how you know you've got a Tetra. It's a very, very distinct noise, okay? Just this very bzzz buzzing sound, okay? So that's cool. Let's scroll down here and then tick this demodulator button in the plugin. You'll hear the audio go silent, right? So that means the plugin's taking control. It's taking the raw audio from the signal. It's doing all the demodulation and decoding in the background, and all we're going to hear through our computer speakers now is pure Tetra voice. So I don't know if there's going to be anybody talking on this particular channel. But while I'm explaining stuff, we could probably have a look. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to tick this auto thing here. So in Tetra, there's 4 time slots, right? And you can have concurrent time slots on all these channels. And here's the what do you call this? A constellation of all the different time slots, all right? So when you have this auto box ticked, whichever time slot starts talking first, the software will start decoding that time slot, all right? If there's multiple concurrent conversations, you're out of luck. It's going to just decode the first time slot that started talking if there's active voice. So, what else? So we've got BER. So if you've got very high BER, that stands for bit error rate, you've got a bad signal and you're probably not going to get voice. I've got 21 dB. That should be enough to get some voice, hopefully. You see I've got a very high MER. So I can't remember what MER is, but MER is bad, I think. So okay, so sorry about that. I just had some technical issues. Yeah, SDR Sharp in a virtual machine really doesn't like playing with the sample rate. And this is a perfect example where you should never use virtual machines for SDR, because USB pass-through, guys, is just, it's no good, man. It's no good. So anyway, I think this was the signal we were on before. So I'll just show you a couple of things. This video is getting out of control in length. I did mention before, make sure you've got this auto box ticked. There's a couple of options there that you can figure. I've never played with any of this, so can't really tell you about that. And then, yeah, this net info window is pretty cool. So yeah, this is basically just got to do that quickly. Yeah, so you just got like this network info window, and that's just got various information relating to the cell. Yeah, we just got some like, yeah, current cell information there. We've got like neighbor cell information there. We've got like groups. Nothing will show up in here unless you get some voice coming through. And all the like what's going on the cell, like when there's a voice call and stuff, will come up in the lower portion of this window here. So I think I've shown tetra functionality in Windows enough. I don't think we need to sit here and listen to voice, do we? I'll let you guys go and listen to voice if you've got any unencrypted signals around. So yeah, that's it. Hope I helped someone in this video. Welcome to SDR Sharp. It's my favorite software. RTL-SDR Blog V4 is a fantastic piece of hardware, and Tetra Demodulator works really well. So this is what I use, guys. Let me know in the comments if you use anything else. Have you had experience using SDR++ and its Tetra Demodulating plugin? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.